What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to go over the trades that we took inside Discord as well as the plan going into tomorrow. So today, man, absolutely historic day. I mean, this price action has been great. Why? Because we've been trending. What does that mean? The 30-minute is crossed on one of the sides of the premium. So in this case, it was a 30-minute. So this is what we looked like. If we look on the 595s here, right at open, we were pretty much below this 50 SMA on the 30-minute. We got all the way down to like 197 here on the contracts. This was the opening candle. It was starting to break below and then it wicked back up. So this is what you could have taken. If we go to the 0-day chart right here, the 598 calls actually gave a perfect entry. You know, you may or may not have taken this just because it was like right off of open. But I mean, this was this was a top tick right here. If you took this, you instantly were up like 100 points in like 5 minutes probably. But so since the 30-minute is still bearish, you know, this is a trade you could have taken. It's a little riskier since it's right off of open. I mean, you could have waited for the first 5 minutes to form and then you would have saw this rejection, and you could have, you know, if you wanted to, entered off like after the first 5 and then just stop loss like tight if it breaks back above the 50. But since that 30-minute was still crossed and the 10 still above the 50, you know, we didn't go negative yet. It's right off open. There's a chance we could still hold. You know, that this gave the perfect entry right here. So this probably gave, I don't even know how many points. If we look here right off of open, if we pull up NQ real quick, I'm not sure where this is at, but if we pull up NQ right off of open, let's see, 930. I mean, you were up, let's see, 345. Let's say bad entry. All the way, I mean, like, come on, this gave you a million points from that 50 reject. But if we look here now, if we go to the put side of things, this is what happened. So, you know, we got that initial dump off of that 50 reject. So, you know, so realistically, you would have sold this at the 50 SMA right here on this dump, just because it's resistance on the 0-day chart, and then if we cross, you know, you could go and short some more. So we didn't end up crossing right here. There's no entry right here. We did end up crossing. So I wasn't on the chart at the time when this happened. I was busy, but you know, I know this was, I'm pretty sure, a trade you could have taken. 10's going above the 50. I think the 50 was pointing up at some point, and then it just didn't end up working out. We ended up dumping on this candle right here at 1225. It went below the 50. You would have been stopped out. Honestly, you probably, I'm not exactly sure what it looked like because I wasn't on the chart at the time, but if that 50 turned down at any point, I would have exited the trade. So if it, you know, turned down at any point before this massive nuke, you know, I would have been out of that. Just because you want that 50 to be curling up, and I wasn't in the trade at this time and didn't see the chart, but I know people took that, so you know that was a losing trade. Not exactly sure how many points it was on NQ. Maybe it was like 40 if you got out somewhere, you know, at this 50 SMA. So yeah, then it went negative. There's no trade to take. Again, you gotta like trade the system the right way. So many people don't trade it the right way, and they're just throwing around any cross they take, and you know, you got to know what direction you want to be trading. Like today, you want to be focused on the downside, even though this 30-minute chart was a little funky on the 30-minute because we were, you know, below this 50 at some point. But you know, since today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday we pick new contracts, and I do look at next week's on Thursday just because it'll give you more of an insight really of what is to come. So if you pull up the next week's, I pulled up the 590s because of where we opened today, and this chart ended up breaking right back above this 50 SMA. So we ended up holding this 50 right here, and with that being said, at the same time, the 30-minute on the puts was crossing, not 30-minute, the 5-minute on puts was crossing. So if you pull up the 5-minute here, this was the entry I gave to the Discord. This is what I called out today. This is the only trade I pretty much took. Besides that reject off of open, I did take that because it was a good looking trade, so I did short off of open. Didn't call it out just because it is a little bit of a higher risk since it's the first like 5-10 minutes. So yeah, this is the trade that I called out today. 10's going above the 50. Gave the short entry at, let me pull up the Discord real quick, but I gave it at 223. So that was during this candle right here. Perfect entry. You know, 10's going above the 50, 50's curling up. This is what you call a perfect cross scenario. I mean, this is your most ideal trade. You know, I would take this trade every single time it comes. Why? Because the 30 minutes cross bearish, and we're getting a put cross in the direction of the trend. I mean, it doesn't get more clear cut or cookie cutter than that. You know, we got the 10 going above the 50. 50 is trending up very hard. Entries right on this candle right here at 20 to 25. And yeah, I mean, it's really not it really doesn't get easier. I mean, look at this move we got. You could have held this, like, again, you could hold it until the 10 breaks, and like once you're up so many points, I cut this for 100 points. Why? Because I'm happy with 100 points on a cross. And you know, if you held it all the way until the 10 broke, it literally never broke, and you would have probably caught like 200 to 300 points. So I mean, that is the best setup you could ever take with the system when we're getting across in the direction of the 30-minute trend. And you know, today was just playing the downside. Like, there's so many people I see on Twitter just getting absolutely destroyed, and they don't have the system. Like, the system is the most easiest thing you could use to trade. I mean, it's really not simpler. I mean, if you trade it wrong, yeah, you're not going to do good. You got to know how to trade it. I've been trading it for, I don't even know how long, like 1 to 2 years. And you know, after you see these charts so many times, you'll just see, you know, a repeat pattern of what to take. It's the same thing. You're just playing crosses on an option chart. It's very simple. There's no fancy terminology or fancy charting you have to do. You literally just need your eyeballs and watch crosses, and you got to know how to navigate the different types of markets. Like when we're trending, like how we've been, that's when you want to hold for longer. Like we've been able to squeeze out easy 100-point trades. Why? Because the market's trending, the bears had the trend, and we know we could hold longer. When we're neutral, you know, like how we were when we were chopping last couple of weeks, we know we could, you know, you want to size down, you want to hold for less, you know, take profits a bit quicker, because we know there's no trend in the market, and it's the 0-day cross isn't likely to, you know, continue going after a decent move. So yeah, that's what we did today. I mean, it was just a perfect day, really perfect day. Besides, obviously, this cross right here, it didn't work out. But, I mean, besides that, if you took the other trades the system gave, you're way green on the day. And, I mean, just a very simple day. So, going into tomorrow, I mean, we got to see how we open, depending, like, what contracts we get. 30 minutes probably still cross, so market's still bearish at that point. So, you know what to do. You know, 50 dip on puts, 0-day cross on puts. Puts will probably already be crossed, so 50 dip most likely will be the trade tomorrow. Also, we'll check to see if we get overbought tomorrow, because you know we've been trending for like 4 days now, and eventually there's gonna be a bounce that comes, and I think it will be soon, just because we already hit overbought today. We hit it previously this week, and usually after we hit overbought, we do go down cross negative on the 30-minute on whatever side's trending, and that, you know, that in this case would be the put side. But you know, we've hit overbought like twice now, and eventually we're going to get that bounce. So wouldn't be surprised if we did see a bounce coming, and then, you know, we get initial bounce, hard bounce maybe, since, you know, the 30-minute goes negative, things like that, higher time frames cross negative, and then I think March we'll see another bear trend at some point. But until that happens, you know, focus on the short side, same type of trades that, you know, we've been taking, cross on puts, negative cross on calls, 50 dip on puts. So those are your trades you want to be taking. If you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. If you guys want to follow along with the trades I take, link to the Discord is down below in the description. Me and Colton run it, and you know, he posts some option trades, I post the futures trades, and we just bank. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, drop a sub. I'm out. Peace.